The show started at 7:30.
You lied.
We did not get out of the Verizon Center, to which Dave Chappelle sold out, till 1:30 in the morning.
That was after midnight.
On a school night.
I heard that Dave. That's incredible. First of all, that's a banging concert. Erykah Badu, which I'm not. She gives. I like her song, some of her songs, but then having EU come up after that, I think that's dope.
With Ow.
Yeah, so
Sugar Bear.
Erykah Badu concert is crazy, but EU coming up after them, I think that's dope. But I heard that when Dave was getting quote unquote canceled, he was like, "Oh, no one's gonna put out this documentary. It's a really good documentary, and I think people need to see it, and no one will put it out." And so he's like, "That's okay, I'll do it
myself.
I'll do it myself.
I'm just gonna put it out. I don't need y'all. I walked away from $30 million, and I'm surprised that he had such one of the largest venues in the DC area, and he sold that out, which is incredible.
Like it was nothing. And these tickets were not cheap. Shout outs to Mama Norris again for buying those tickets. I appreciate you, darling. It shows me when you're determined to do something, regardless of what's going on around you, regardless of what people are saying, regardless of the naysayers, the critics, when you are determined to do something, and and in a sense, it put a battery in my back. When I look at the small things that I let deter me, from doing some of the things that I know I need to do, some of the things that I might put on the back burner. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and I'm going to go out and do it. If I don't do it, who's going to do it for me? So to give me that type of drive and to put that type of battery in my back and like, oh, man, okay, cool. I'm going to do it. Which leads me to a question with you, because for those of y'all that don't know, this is truly the most famous woman that you don't know yet.
Praise God. I receive.
Angel B does almost everything. When was the last time you seen something in the media that put a surge in you, that made you say, okay, you know what? I was doing all of these 50 million things that I was doing, but there's some more that I could do.
Absolutely. I feel like every day I'm on social media all the time. And what I love about my timeline and my feed is that I don't get a lot of the nonsense. I get the motivational speakers. I get the people pouring into my lives. I get the pastors that I follow who are always encouraging me to do more.
Ah, okay.
So I get that on a daily basis, to be honest. Every time I open up Facebook, every time I open up Instagram, I'm seeing something that's just like, you don't have time to just sit here, sis.
Because you only sit once. You only sit once. And the one thing that concert, that performance, that display showed me is I could have been home. I could have not gone to this. I could have missed this experience. But it's really got something in me, lit a fire in me to support the people that I appreciate. To really up that, do that, make sure that, okay, if I believe in you, let me buy into you, let me sow a seed into you and support it, because I see you all the time. And I'm not trying to, I'm going to give you your flowers, definitely, because you're an inspiration to me like that. You make me want to do social media different. Like, I'm looking now, since you said that, okay, she has all that stuff, because I think we get caught up in social media being entertainment.
Absolutely.
And we don't look at it fully for what it could be. I look at people like Heath. Heath is a married man. He don't have to care about millennials and their dating issues, but for whatever reason, it's important to him. Yeah. And I've seen his passion and his drive for that. And it made me think, okay, how can I better some of the people that are around me that are doing that? I worked an event that he had for free. Just because, I love spending time with him. And to see his energy working in his passion.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
That's one of the things. Thank you for that, Thomas. And when you said that what Dave did, he put a battery in your back. I look at. I think when I'm sitting too long, when I'm relaxing, and I be busy all the time, so sometimes I have to sit down and just rest and recharge. But when I'm sitting too long, or I get too involved in other people's lives, I realize that I'm sitting up here watching someone else live their best life.
Right.
I'm sitting.
Yes.
I'm watching other people live their purpose.
Right.
Wow, I have this long to-do list of things that are associated with my purpose that are going undone.
Yeah.
And it's to the expense of the people who I'm helping. But I kind of justify it in my mind because, like, oh yeah, I'm working all the time, I'm doing this, that, and the other. But I look for moments like that in people who inspire me to get back out there and continue doing what it is we're doing. Like, we're doing this podcast. Like, I look at other people's podcasts. I'm like, oh wow, they got this going on, they got that going. I've been looking at podcasts all week. I look at podcasts on YouTube all the time. I'm thinking, wow, they do this, they do that, and I'm like, but wait a minute, we got a podcast that we're building. We have a platform that we're building. We're actually doing what it is that they're doing.
Right.
We're just not as known as they are at this point, but we're building it. And so I'm like, I feel, and that puts a battery in my back that we're building it, and you all are, and we have endeavored to help you all build your brands and build your voice and identify the things that you are pursuing and wanting to do, and trying to help you and partner with you as much as we can. And I think that motivates me to keep coming out here and doing whatever we need to do to try to help other people and help you all build and grow.
And the beauty of that is learning how to not compare yourself to where other people are. And so that's what I've learned to do when I watch social media and look at different things, and whether I'm sitting and things of that sort. I tend not to compare myself like, oh, I want to be there, or oh, I got to do something, I got to do more. I remind myself, just like Heath, I'm working all the time. Some people might get an overnighter, but for me, it might be from 12 to midnight, and I remind myself of that, to just keep going, and sometimes to just really encourage myself, because if I'm just not doing anything at all, and all I'm doing is watching social media, then that's a problem. But at the end of the day, I just have to remind myself, like, sis, we're aspiring to be something that, other people are. And, whether it's going to take me 10 years or 10 months or 10 days, let me not compare my journey to someone else's.
No,
so
not at all.
And that to that point, Angel, that's a very good point. And I had to realize while I was pursuing my journey, because I was following the model of people who were killing the game in the relationship therapy space, relationship consulting space, and people who have these large platforms. And I was going to their workshops and taking their courses and getting coaches and doing all the things that they were saying that I should do. And then the mentor that I herald the most, and the one who I looked up to the most, was somebody who I eventually was working for. And he had, Lamar Tyler had blackandmarriedwithkids.com, which is the #1 black-owned blog site for marriage and families in the country at the time.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah. And so they were big. And so I was doing everything that he was saying to do. And I was going to all the conferences. I was doing everything. And I was learning a lot, and I was growing. I was cutting my teeth and everything. But when one day he was talking about his journey, he was talking about how he, got to where he was. And he said, oh yeah, because I used to work at Fox News, and I was one of those people that was like working behind the scenes, and I was working over here and I was working over there. And then, I was out there hustling, and I was working on sales, and I was doing all this other stuff. And then he said, they weren't paying me enough, so I left that job, and then I went to another job, and then I went to another job, and I went to another job, and I can't sit around. I just can't sit nowhere. I got to always be moving. I was going to always be moving. And then when we started this, I quit that job, and I did this full time, and then I had my wife quit her job, and we came on board. And I was thinking, his story is not anything like mine. He's nothing like me. Actually, I don't even want to do what he's doing.
Right. Right.
And I was like, the reason why he's able to do the things he's doing and share and teach other people to do the things that he's doing is because of who he is.
Yes.
That's the type of person he is. I'm not that person. I don't even want to be that person. I was like, if you paid me, if I was able to get $1 million to do what he's doing, I wouldn't want to do it because that's not who I am.
Right.
Wow.
So I was like, so stop trying to mimic everything that he's doing, even though as a mentor, he was teaching me what to do. I was like, I knew at that point that my journey is not going to be his journey.
Absolutely.
My results are not going to be his results.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the people that I impact and have a need to serve are going to come a completely different way.
Absolutely.
And they're going to
Yes.
have a completely different experience than what I experienced with him. And that gave me a peace just to go ahead and be Heath Wiggins.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
do this. And so what you said, well, both of you all said, kind of resonated with me in that regard. And I said all that to say that do you and be proud of it.
Yes. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, Authentically Heath is on sale at Amazon. Please click there.
Oh, he is though.
Yeah, he does. You thought we were joking. He actually does have a book
He
on
does.
Amazon that is for sale. Matter of fact, Heath, go ahead, plug that.
Wow.
Because we need some Christmas sales.
His leadership, her trust, is 4 ways for a Christian man to be the woman, be the man a woman
Praise
respects.
God.
4 ways for a Christian man to be the man a woman respects, trusts, and actually wants to follow.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Well, guys.
available on Amazon and at my website, His Leadership, Her Trust.
Yes.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. All the shame. We'll take all of that. No, but it's actually a good read. I used it in meeting my wife, so it works.
Well, guys, we've said all that to say we are super, super excited
Yes.
that you guys have come and joined us. Praise God. Thanks for tuning in today.
Yes.
We pray that you were blessed, got something from this segment. Thank you, Thomas, for joining me today. Thank you, Heath, for, coming in. We appreciate you always. Shout out to our co-hosts who are not here.
Yes.
We would be remiss if we did not
Include them.
Include them because we can't do any of this without them. We got
Yeah.
brother David Bonner, Natasha Fortune, and
Yes.
Chloe. Shout out to you guys. We missed you. Can't wait to see you again.
Cannot wait.
And I can't go without saying, guys, be sure to follow Elevation Global Media Group on Instagram, YouTube us, Facebook us, tune in. You can follow Thomas.
Yes. At Mr. Does It Really Matter on Instagram.
Mr. Does It Really Matter? And
Yes.
it's me, Angel B. Thank you guys for tuning
Sure
in.
is.
Join us next time when we said all that to say.